grabbed my small chips here and some soda. Taking slowly by slowly.
Yogurt.
You want me to grab some yogurt? So grab whatever is around you. Coco Mama tells me so. So today I've decided that in my live stream I'm going to grab some chips and some soda. And the baby here is telling me I can also grab yogurt. What do you think? Should I take yogurt or soda? All right. So it's water in the house. Of course, yesterday I was so tired, very tired, exhausted indeed. And I didn't make it to do a good analysis on this aspect of family, making content on family, guys. And of course, I was not even getting it clearly that Marwa was trying to shambuk. Marwa was trying to shambuk Rocio. You know, I just thought that it was a situation whereby he was talking about the rest of the people the way he's used to. But today I took some time and watched his live stream. And I saw him talking to Maisha, assuring him that if they go to Argentina, even if he becomes the president, he should remember him. I'm like, hey, it's about to go down. The baby here is insisting I take the yogurt. No, baby, just take yogurt. I can't mix soda and yogurt.
Why?
It will not taste good. For you, can you mix?
Yes.
And you'll just feel all right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel good.
You'll feel good.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I'm taking time to invite you. No, there's only one person watching. Only one person showing up and disappearing, I'm like, hey, people have really watched this analysis on this matter until they are tired. They don't want to hear it anymore. That is the problem with doing an analysis of something people have already done many times an analysis on. But it is what it is, guys. Now, I just wanted to have my perspective on this matter because I'm a reactor. And reactors, we always go for what is hot in the house. And this affair has been hot in the 2 days. Of course, Kohera Senior has talked about it. Marwa himself was the first reactor. Don't tell me he's not reacting. He is. You know, when somebody does something, then you talk about it, even if you're talking in parables or proverbs. That is a reaction, right? Reaction takes you the way you want. So the reality is that the first reactor on this affair was Marwa, before even other people came out to talk about it. And maybe I'm the last person talking about it, right? So guys, in my perspective, there are two ways or faces I can look at this matter. The first thing is that actually Rocio might have been promised paradise or heaven. He actually, during the courting moment, if some of you have watched the videos, even the very first meeting, when Rocio had the first meeting with Marwa, we saw Marwa trying to be romantic. I am intentionally using the word trying because most African men are not romantic. They only try, but they are not very good at it, right? And even in Africa itself, we know countries whereby men can try to be extremely romantic, like Nigeria. The Nigerian men can try to be romantic, but Kenyan men, they'll give you what you want if it's money. They'll give you a home if you want. They'll give you children if that is what you want. They'll give you, I don't know, a job if that is what you want. But maintaining romance for a Kenyan man is something else. Tanzanians, they try maybe more so through songs. I don't know whether in reality because I've never quoted one. And if you may ask me about Kenyan men, I've quoted so many times, so many different ones when I was in college, when I was in campus, after campus. So I know what I'm talking about. I have brothers also, brothers-in-law, and there are very few who try to be romantic by copying the movies. Like they'll try, sit around you, hold your hand, wash with you clothes, cook with you. But when people are around again, these men are very afraid about being romantic. They'll even avoid using words like darling, honey. If I'm lying, let somebody come and show me the other way. And even the men in the house tell me, how many times are you romantic? Like, do you look at your wife in the morning and say you have sexy eyes? How many of you do that? If you do that, let me see you raising your hands. Sometimes even Kenyan men, you'll be sick. They'll run, take you to hospital, but they'll not be there actually offering a shoulder to lean on, you know, like kissing you and telling you, yeah, don't, don't continue being sick, you are hot. No, they don't do these things. And that is the reality, whether we like it or not. Of course, Kenyan women are also trying to be romantic by copying the movies, but in past, tell me how many of our mothers and grandmothers were romantic. What did it mean to be romantic anyway for them? And in fact, that is why most of our mothers-in-law and mothers, they get annoyed. Bakoriesia Saindi, welcome. Yeah, that is why most of, hi Saindi, I said hi, welcome and like the video. Now guys, that is why when you look at most of our parents, I'm very fine Saindi, I'm very fine. Now, I'm trying to just give you a test. I want you to, if you have married a given woman or you are courting a given lady, Kenyan, try to go before their mothers or your mother and then hold their hand or sit close to them for many hours and hear what they'll say. They'll be like, what is wrong with our son? What is happening to our son? Is he bewitched? Is this lady bewitching our son? Why? Because they don't understand what it means to be romantic and offer the shoulder and always be there. They'll be like, this woman has bewitched our son. Why is he sitting in the house all the time? Why is he walking around with our son all the time? Why is it that when we call them, they come together? African society, or rather, let me say Kenyan, because I've not tasted Malawi, Ghana, Gabon, and what have you, Sudan, and what have you. You cannot show up, for example, I've gone with my husband, or if I have a boyfriend, I go with them to my home. Then I'm always moving around with them. I remember I have a cousin who was actually married to a policeman, and I was young. Then my cousin went to see my aunt, and the husband was walking alongside my cousin all along. And in fact, when she was called, the husband could show up. Hey, people saw that as a taboo. They spelled that out and said, what kind of man is this? Our daughter has married a useless, worthless man. Why? Because they don't expect that level of presence of a man in a woman's life or a woman in a man's life. Like if I go to our home with my husband, they don't expect that I'll just be sitting there. We go to the farm together. We go to fetch water together. We go to clean. Maybe when we live on the plots, we do that. Or maybe we create our own home, we may do that. But when we go in the presence of our parents, no, they'll not expect that. Now, what am I saying here? I'm trying to say that in Africa, or rather in Kenya, romance is not really considered. People will say, isn't he providing food? Isn't he paying rent? Isn't he, they'll say such things. And that is why you find in some communities like the Kalenjin, even the bed, they don't share all the time. All they do is to come back together when they want to bear a child. Oriako. Among the Kenyan communities which are romantic, maybe I can point out the Luo. The Luo community, I've ever had a boyfriend among the Luo people, and they are very romantic. Actually, they'll be like, Nyako, my welo, my what. They'll be calling you sweet names. You go to the supermarket, they'll be like, hey, my sweet one, buy this. Yeah. Hey, they are a bit romantic, and somehow I think their parents also understand. But again, they'll not be 24/7 with you. They reaches a time whereby they want to get away from their wives and actually let them be on their own, and they'll sit with fellow men and something like that. So in my perspective, romance is not very key in Africa or in Kenya. Let me say Kenya because I've seen the Nigerian men on videos trying to show us that they are romantic. Now, what is your thought? Saindi, if you're still there, tell me, what is your thought on what I'm saying? Now, what am I trying to drive at? I'm trying to drive at Rocio. Rocio actually came to Africa and attended a party, and she conceived a child. That was by mistake, what I believe. It was not planned, but she did not use her contraceptives and therefore got Maisha. So it was not even a planned thing. And even up to now, they have not officially married each other, whether it's a traditional or whatever, church wedding. Nothing has happened since then. What does it tell us? It tells us that Marwa does not prioritize formalization of a marriage, and maybe from whatever he said in past that he wants 10 kids from 10 baby mamas, maybe he's still thinking about that. Who knows? You know, it's only someone who knows about themselves. The rest of us do not know. We wait until we see what happens. Now, when we look at the life of Marwa and Rocio, there have been ups and downs, which is normal to everybody. But now, what is worrying me is that Rocio is pressing too much. Coming on camera and crying there is an extreme. Because, of course, the rest of African women, or maybe even, I've watched over even movies from European end. If you go in public crying about the love of your husband, actually, to the public, what are you trying to do? Of course, he was doing a promotion, but don't fool us. She was doing a promotion, but at the same time complaining. And then, Marwa went ahead to react towards this. That's why I don't believe it was only a kind of promotion. Even when there is a promotion, there was more on that, right? Maybe she got an opportunity to use the promotion to also show the emotion. Sometimes we as women, you don't have to come out and say openly that this man is mean, this man is unromantic. And I don't think it's 1 year or two that Rocio has been in a relationship with Marwa. By now, she should be used to it. And as I've always said, there is a lady who did a video, a letter to Rocio, and she did a very good letter. Rocio, go back to that letter and read. Anyway, let's listen to this.
One of my videos. I'm not having the best day, but I'm going to push because today I want to do some planting in my land, so I'm going to go buy some trees. Specifically, I want native trees, and so that's where I'm heading right now. I'm very frustrated and I'm very tired and I'm very disappointed with some things in some areas of my life. And
I'm very disappointed. I'm very, with some areas of my life. And then, now people are coming out and trying to push that and say that this was just an advancement. If it was an advancement, I don't think the voice would also communicate the nonverbal. We are seeing the verbal and nonverbal. The voice, the face, and everything is actually messed up. So I cannot sit here and say that everything was okay, it was just an advertisement. Most times, sometimes you have an advertisement or a song to do, and the motivation comes from the problems you are facing, right? So Rocio comes out and says this after this. Why are you disappointed?
The truth is, I'm very lonely here. I'm very lonely.
All right.
It doesn't matter what everybody says, I'm very lonely here. And when I'm having a difficult day like that, or maybe I'm emotional, I'm crying or something, I just have to do it on my own. I really have to do it on my own. There's no one to give me a hug or anything. I just have to go.
There's no one to give me a hug. I am lonely. And when I'm emotional, I am alone. Right?
Through it alone.
Guys, I have seen a lot of reactors saying that this is just normal. To cry alone in Africa is normal, right? That is what many people are saying. In my perspective, it is not normal to cry alone. You need someone to cry with, or even to share your problems. Maybe your sister, Rocio. When you are mournful, why can't you call your sister if you're close to them and talk to them? I saw Priska Sagati coming and you did some videos with her. I also saw Dorina coming and you did some videos for her. Was that only on camera? Because I believe if you are close to, we have Gabi, we have Priska Sagati, and we have at least Dorina. Those are people you always talk to. What is the problem with sharing your problems with them, or rather even calling them, talk about some things, and you get to solve your problems? Maybe Priska Sagati is a close ally to Marwa and Dorina. But what about Gabi? Gabi is one person that I could consider a friend to you. Why can't you find a relationship with her and be open? Now, in another thing that I was just thinking about Rocio is this. If I decide to get married to a different culture, even within Kenya, for example, even within the Luya community, let's say I am from the Isuha people, I go married to the Banyala. That accent is very different. The cultural aspects, even though there is some limited sharing, there is a difference. There is a difference. Why am I saying this? Because I am from a different community. I've been married to a different community. Though all of them are Luyas, but I see a clear gap. What do? I should have my friends at work or my friends in life, high school friends, whom I can call and I know that they cannot share my problems with anybody else and I share with them. So you cannot declare yourself that you are very lonely. Of course, you may not be a person who is an introvert, but even introverts have one or two friends to lean their shoulders on. In Kenya, as I've said, you cannot rely on a man and think that because they are your life partners, you will have to actually have a shoulder, them providing a shoulder. That is a lie. Why? In the first place, as I've said earlier, the cultural aspect of Kenya do not allow the men to be so romantic. Even if you check in psychology, it clearly defines men as aggressive, lacking emotional attachment, distanced, so many other aspects that make them just to be solid. And even when you're crying, they'll be walking away from you. Even if you are very sick, they'll be only worrying about your hospitalization and nothing more. So this is an aspect that is cultural, or let me say Kenyan, but not just Kenyans. I think even Africa at large. The only people I see trying to be, whether they act or it's reality, I don't know. I've seen that among the Nigerian people. But the rest of the countries around us, I've not seen a lot. When it comes to within Kenya, the only men I've seen trying to be romantic are the Luo. The rest, no. When it comes to the world, also I've seen Asian men being romantic. But still, there are areas where they miss out because they have been told to be focused on themselves. So, when Rocio was doing this, even though some people are saying brand, I don't know, advertisement or whatever, I don't believe so. Let's listen more.
And feeling lonely is not the same as the fact that I like to be alone. That is different. I like my solitude. I like to be alone as well. I'm very selective with the people who has access into my life. I don't give access so easily, so it's not like I make friends easily neither. But that's not the point. It's not that I'm desperate to have friends, but the people that supposed to be the closer, and they should give me a space on their shoulder. I don't have it. I don't have it here. That is the truth.
Okay, Rocio, we get you, ma'am. So you are saying that even though you don't like being with a lot of friends, you don't open up to many people, it doesn't mean that you don't want to be actually helped. So you are saying that the people who are close to you, and I'm like, you don't have people around you, you only have Marwa, maybe, and your son. And your son is too young to have a shoulder to lean on. So you are simply telling us that Marwa does not support you. Marwa does not offer a shoulder on which you should lean when you are lonely. And I'm like, okay. And knowing yourself as a reserved person who doesn't like creating friends, this was one of the indicators of personality. Once you know yourself as such, you are supposed to have been closer to your parents. So see Mwango, look at your in-law Mwango. Mwango has decided not to move so far from the parents. Why? Because she knows she's a loner. She's also a loner, just like you. She doesn't make friends easily, and she can only maybe be close to someone when she's using them. Like currently, she has been using Uncle Mo, and that is why she has been very close to him. She came back to Kenya, and she's with Diana, making content up and down. All right? So you can also decide to adapt such kind of life. That is a solution. You create friends for convenience, and you don't have to really open to them, but when you are lonely, there is somehow in which you'll cover your nakedness. Kelly Sharp, hi, welcome, like the video, please. I was supposed to do this video earlier during the day, but I failed to do so. So I'm now currently doing the live stream. I hope I'll go through 1 hour and at least some minutes, just to cover for the demands. Now, Rocio comes out crying on camera. I'm like, even though some people are saying you are doing a brand or whatever, I don't believe so. There is fire on the mountain. Why? Because Marwa in his video came up to say that you don't have to sit and make content using family, because after all, that will only lead to a breakup. And he also said that if you are really interested in making anything in relation to family, you must chukueni maziwa. Yeah, and he came up to say a lot more, and we'll be seeing that in the video. So it's very unfortunate for Rocio actually to come out on camera and begin pouring out her anger. You have a very big house and you have decided. Recently, there was someone in the house, and sometimes, I don't know whether Rocio understands that when there are people around, sometimes peace can be there. Why? You are sharing, laughing. That is African setting. I find sometimes in a home where you stay with a lot of people, hardly do conflicts arise between you and your couple, because that is the African setting. Because diversion is given to these other people and the day runs and it's over. However, when you look at a situation whereby Rocio has decided to actually live alone with Marwa, it has happened that Marwa and Rocio alone in the small space, they do not merge. Why? Because Marwa is a different person with different ideology, while Rocio is also different with different ideology. Now, according to Rocio, they should be closing themselves in a house, them the two, and he should be providing a shoulder on which he should lean on. You know, this is only in soap operas. I don't even believe that in American relationships this happens. I've watched paternity courts. Hey, guys, I've watched paternity courts, and what I see on the streets, if you people, you have not watched paternity court, which is mostly run by a black African known as a black American, not a black African, black American known as Lorraine. Lorraine Lex oversees a lot of paternity cases, and sometimes she sends these people to more courts that have to solve their matters. And I want you to do an experiment. Go watch these cases. You'll be surprised. You will be surprised that those people get to be distanced, and they even cheat. They even bear children who are not from their families. You know why? Because there is no way someone who is working will be there for you 24 hours. And even when they come back from work, they are tired. So how do they give you a shoulder to lean on? So like Rocio expects a soap opera here. Because when you watch when you watch movies, you see a lot of cheating. There's a lot of falsehood about life. That's what I believe. Because do we have typical lifestyle like what we see in soap operas? Whereby people are just running around, dancing together, kissing, hugging, ready to listen to the problems of one another, sorting their problems. Someone provides you with money, a house, at the same time love, plenty of comfort. Scam Marwa, welcome to the channel. Like the video. Yeah, so I've not seen, actually, I would say that even in the movies we keep watching, it's only in soap operas. Soap operas will lie to us that there is this perfect love whereby you get a perfect partner, a perfect man or a perfect woman, and you will have the romance that you would wish in this world. And I think that is what most people watch and think that indeed, even when they get a partner, they'll have such a life. Now, Rocio already knows that that is impossible. Why? I remember the time she was making another video and cooking the legs of a cow. And she proved in her talking that she will never get this village known as, she used Santo what? Santo something. That she will never get such a life. And yet now she comes here to cry around. All right? She may be justified because of how she's feeling. But then I don't expect she should be doing that on camera. Because she has gained a lot. What many people want these days is to have a better life than what they had yesterday. And I saw at some point, Rocio was like, I've got what I wanted. Now I am better in Nyabohanse. I am in control of this villa. Now these days I get what I want. Now suddenly things change overnight, and she's here crying on camera, trying to say she's all alone. And now that she loves being alone, doesn't mean that she doesn't get lonely. And if she gets lonely, doesn't mean that she cannot seek that shoulder to lean on. I'm like, but you have friends around you. I've seen the cases of not Lorraine, but Doreen. I've seen the case of Priska Sagati coming and you making videos together like you are friends. I've seen Gabi actually standing in for you even when you ran away from the villa during the assault. I've seen Gitriba up and down, trying so much to make you comfortable. So what makes you feel like the only shoulder you have to lean on is Marwa? Because you are saying here, the only people I rely on and think I can lean the shoulders on are not there. And of course, we fill the gap and say it is Marwa. Now, Marwa himself, when we watch the videos, he's a funny guy. He doesn't have even a handkerchief to wipe his nose. The other day, I saw the video when he was doing this video known as Daniel's Project. He was literally cleaning his nose with a hand like this and squeezing it. And I was like, oh my God, things are about to go down. This man has not modernized. So if he has not improved on that, how do you expect him to be romantic and give you a shoulder to lean on? Hey, Rocio, be content with what you have and learn to survive. People learn to survive. You cannot keep complaining here. Even if people are saying you are doing an advancement, I don't believe so. Treason. Yes, you are doing an advancement, but there is more on the mountain. There is fire on the mountain. I don't agree with what some people are saying. Let's watch this. And
things doesn't seem to change neither. So it's a little bit difficult. It's a little bit difficult. But here I am. Being a strong woman. Anyway. I'm going to make some content today anyway, because I want to do this. I need to do it today. It doesn't matter. So yeah, it just also is going to help me change my mind about it. So about what is it that I'm feeling. So let me just change the topic and let's talk about trees. Let's go.
All right, so she had to cut it short and say, let's cut the topic and talk about trees, guys. But the reality is that if she could go on ranting and ranting, you could understand there is a lot missing in the house. And of course, when you look at the live stream that Marwa did, let me just bring it on. Marwa did a live stream actually on the same topic, right? And he kept talking and talking. And when I did a reaction towards that only, I thought that he was just commenting on other reactors and what they say about families. Only for me today to sit down and watch his video and say, okay, so there was something that he was reacting to. He always complains about reactors, but he's reactor number one. Because when he heard what Rocio had done, instead of him keeping quiet about it, he went to talk about it in his video. And in fact, a live stream, I was like, you people, you are saying you don't talk about family, but what exactly are you doing? Because Mara was actually reacting towards Rocio. I didn't know about this yesterday when I was doing a reaction. But today, after looking at Marwa's video and Rocio's video, and I saw also other reactors having done, I realized there is more on the mountain. Fire on the mountain, guys. And I was like, okay, you two, you have two different worlds. One, typical Nyabohanse. Another one, typical Argentina. And I was like, maybe Mr. Luis is romantic at home. And Rocio is the beloved daughter of Luis. Now, all along, Rocio has tried to show that in her growing up, she decided to have this white man. Her dreams were to meet this white man that would give her the romance that she sees in soap operas. Now she missed on that and found this Marwa. And of course, when you look at the previous videos, during the time they were courting, Marwa was pretending to be romantic. They were riding around on motorbikes. He even left his shirt when they met in Mexico, left a shirt to Rocio, but he was acting plastic, something which Rocio should have known. And since they even came to Nyabohanse, Rocio, have you ever seen Marwa having time fully for you? Rocio, Marwa is one person that wants a lot of people around him attention. He has to control them. How do you expect Marwa to control other men and not control you? Hey, that is the irony of the highest order. You cannot expect Marwa to be controlling even the subscribers, the donors like Mark, Michael, and then stop controlling you. That's a lie. So you believe that when you convinced him to like the horses and begin buying horses all over the place, he's now going to give you the attention? Forget about it. In fact, there are some of his subscribers who really hate Rocio. I don't know for whatever reason. As for me, I don't feel anything. It is the relationship. If they want, let them go on with it. However, Rocio, you are messing, because when you come and start crying around here, people are trying to calculate one or two. They'll either advise you to go away or tell Marwa to quit and get somebody. And of course, will just get tired with you. African men, or let me say Kenyan men, because what I've seen, I've quoted several while in high school, no, university, not high school, actually, high school, after high school, and while in the university and after. And what I see in them, if they try to see that you are so nagging, you are becoming a leech. When you become a leech, they get tired with you because they don't want someone who will always feel insecure in their absence, someone who will always want their attention like a small child. African men, they are the ones who want to be children to you. They want you to make sure their socks are clean, their clothes are clean, their food is ready, it's warm when it's served on the table, that you are telling them goodbye as they go, and you are not asking them when they come back where they were. Hey, guys. That is what I see in most of the Kenyan men. I have brothers, I have my father, I have a husband, and I'm telling you what I've seen. I've had boyfriends in Kenya, variety, and I know that. I don't know about other countries, but people can correct me. And I don't know. I've been watching movies from Europe also. And I don't see men, even in Europe, those who try to be so clean and so willing to give a shoulder all the time. They'll give only when they are there, maybe. When they go away, you can't keep calling them 24/7, sharing your problems when they are supposed to even to be at work. As Kohera Senior has said, Marwa is someone who works on YouTube, according to what we know. And of course, when most times he says he works 3 hard, like the sister. Do you even see Mwango having time for romance? There is only the time whereby you have to go and remove some moss. And I am telling you, you are lucky that maybe you married from Nyabohanse and he doesn't behave like some communities that I know in Kenya. If it comes to the Kalenjin people, for example, they only meet during the time of breeding. Let me use the animal word, breeding. But in other communities, and I've said in Kenya, the only romantic men are the Luos. Most romantic men, Luos. But when it comes to Luya, for example, okay, they'll take care of you. They'll offer you a house. They'll offer you children if you want. They'll offer you land if you want. They'll offer you a budget if you want. But that aspect of romance, they never saw their parents doing it, so they can't do it. They are even afraid of calling you some names like darling, honey, and all that. And even the society, even the church will tell you, don't call each other that before the children. The children, I don't know what, blah, blah, blah. The public also doesn't feel so comfortable hearing such words said. So you will not expect that they'll be there standing and telling you, lean here when you are. In fact, there is a time I was traveling in a train and somebody commented, said, if you see a woman who is almost asleep and they lean on their man, that is not their husband. It's either the boyfriend or something. Once they get married, that goes through the window. It goes away. Even somebody can enter the house, they don't greet you, they walk right away to the bedroom. And they continue. And they are just taking that as a normal life, not that they have any issue with you. Sometimes they'll be, they'll wake up in the morning, they don't even say, how did you sleep, my darling? And that is something you should expect, Rocio. If you don't expect this, watch around the women in Nyabohanse. Maybe you have sat in the villa so much, you are not studying the culture. Be a researcher. Find out, have you even seen Condad being romantic with Concrat's mom? Have you? If you have not seen, don't expect that Maro will practice what he has not seen. Louis, your father, practices it with your mother. Therefore, you should have found an Argentina man. But because you found a partner in Kenya, Nyabohanse, look at their family. How romantic are they? How romantic is Condad with Concrat's mom? Look at even your in-law, David Jr. He doesn't display romance at all. He just shows around some girls. And even he's surprised when one of them says, I'm your wife. And he's like, what did you say? And look around from everybody. Priska Sagat is there. He was actually dumped, or did she dump somebody? So the reality is that even when you want to understand Marwa, try to see around yourself. And maybe you can create other shoulders to lean on. In fact, when I look so much in our Kenyan context, the shoulders you lean on are your sisters, or if you have sisters-in-law that you really agree with one another and they can be really people you can trust and, have secrets with, or friends, high school friends, university friends, workmates. Out of workplace, you can find one person out of 100. One person. And you have to take time before you create that. Now, of course, many people are not open to people. Like, you cannot go picking friends every day. But you can at least create one friend in a year. You've been in Nyabohanse for how long? You should have created a friend. That is reality. If you want to be comfortable, create a friend. You have bought land. Be busy with your land. Create projects for your land. You have land given by Condad. If you trust that you want to stay in Nyabohanse, create projects so that you are busy. There is once I saw you also trying to create something to do with sanitary pads. But you can lean your shoulder on. Because Once you do that, you'll have people who will love you in the community. They'll say that Rocio is the best woman, and they'll be there. Even when they see you are crying, they'll be there like, what is wrong? What is wrong? Can we help? So create a niche for yourself. People create niches for themselves. You are not very open to many people, but you can be open to 1 or 2 people, right? Yeah. Anyway, so Marwa in his video, he came up with 2 parts. One, he was talking about people should not create content using family. The other one, he started talking to Maisha, saying that Maisha should know that when he goes to Argentina and becomes a president, he should not forget the father. I was like, what are you saying? Let's just walk through this.
Right, but it's something like that. Oh.
Let's see.
Should make a YouTuber forget that YouTube as YouTube pays.
Let's just
YouTube
see.
videos, otherwise people will call you a, even they will discredit your hard work. They can't appreciate that you've put 3,000 videos out there and that those 3,000 videos. Anyway, guys, today is a Q&A. Yeah. If family is content, then you're seeing my son smiling on a video, saying hello, you know, or me saying to my wife, hey, say hello to the viewers. That should be the content, but not discussing, oh, you know, my brother did this to me, and then me, I did this to him. Then my auntie came. Oh, then my mama showed up. No. Okay? Yes.
So when I was watching this video again for the 3rd time and looked at what Marwa was saying, I was like, what are you saying? Just tell us that you don't have to show up on a video crying and saying how you are lonely. Instead of saying that you should not show up in a video talking about the aunt who has come, the uncle who has left. You know, there are people who do that. Bahati and Diana Marwa do that and they thrive. I am Lucy. Welcome on board. Like the video. And tell Rocio here the reality. The reality is that I don't know, Lucy, if you have ever seen a Kenyan men being that romantic. Romance in Kenya, I don't even know. In Kenyan, especially Luya language, I don't know even the word for that, if you ask me. And when you come in Kiswahili, even when they refer to mapenzi, mapenzi in Kiswahili is just a general word, you know, for love general. But that romance, the word romance, is it even there? I don't know. I don't know whether it's there in Kiswahili. And what does it tell us, therefore? That romance is a foreign thing. Actually, a foreign thing. And even for the soap operas, I think it's just meant for soap operas, because even the Nigeria people who normally show romance in their videos, in real life I've seen a lot of problems. Some of those even who are actors on Afro cinema continues shortly. In reality, when you come to their life and research, you find that they have so many breakups and they have the worst life possible. You come to soap operas, of course they cheat us and show the best life possible. But when it comes to reality, I don't think that's what happens in their life. Instead, we seek shoulders to lean on among friends, among maybe family members we trust, trustees in the family. All right, so Maro went ahead to talk like that, and then he came to talk to Maisha.
The thing is this, guys. Yes, I went to children's home. Yes, there's a children's home. But again, a video came, okay, from the news, the biggest news in Kenya. And this video was very alarming. Most of you reached out and said, even some who had donated small money. Like
Njagwa, welcome. You've taken a long while before you are here. Thank you so much for showing up here.
Hold a bit. Now, let me go to the point, because I don't want to talk about children's home as a big topic. My son is back. Sasa Maisha, mitoto yangu, totally have parents, and because of that, we are the custodian of the kid. Or this kid is from the neighborhood. He only comes here to school and he eats lunch, but sawa mtoto yangu. Sawa baba, nimekuona. Nimekusikia. I've heard you. You're saying hello. When you grow up, you'll be saying hello mitoto. Okay? Haya Maisha. For example, this kid is from the neighborhood. Because there is a school in our children's home, this kid go see mama. Haya, sikia mama nakuita. So for example, in children's home, okay, yes, go on. We want to know how many kids are there, their backgrounds.
Okay, there's a different message that has just popped up in this video. Of course, I was forgetting to talk about it. Marwa is taking a lot of time to explain about the orphanage and why he's not willing to help, because his subscribers are asking why is he not concerned about the children's home, and his explanation is that a video popped up. But when you follow that video, of course, we followed up that video, it was clear that that video he actually dug out was the 2021 video. So up to now, is he very sure that the orphanage is operating how it used to, or has it changed? He has not done research on it. He just lost interest in the orphanage and he doesn't want to stand with them. He doesn't want anybody to actually use him, or rather rely on him to reach out that lady. In fact, he said if anyone dares send him money, aspect. So I just thought that maybe he reasoned out that it was clashing with his interest, because currently he's in a race to buy Belu's horse, and he mentioned the other horse there. He showed us even the picture in the same live stream. So he doesn't want to get engaged in matters orphanage just because of that. But in this video, Marwa actually addressed his son at some point, saying if he goes to Argentina and becomes the president, he should not forget him. And I'm like, okay, are you ready to release Rocio, or what are you saying here? What are you saying?
Yeah, angalia mitoto huko. Hello, mitoto ya baba. You know, I put you on video like this so that when you grow and you are a big boy, you'll see yourself. Hey, Maisha. Uh-huh. You'll see how you grew up on camera, mitoto yangu. And you'll enjoy daddy's. Yeah. You're a big star, Maisha. Big star, Maisha. And when you become president of Argentina, you remember me, okay? You remember me? Sawa mitoto. Aya mitoto yangu. Mitoto yangu vizuri sana. Napenda hii mitoto sana yani. Napenda sana hii mitoto. I'm telling him I love you so much.
Yeah, so that is the Kenyan men for you. They'll kiss your baby, they'll hug your baby, especially the son if this is a father. They'll provide everything that son wants, but even you, they'll forget about the little things you need, and that is the Kenyan man for you, Rocio. Now guys, you heard what Marwa said on that video. He is telling Maisha that when Maisha becomes the president of Argentina, he should be able to remember the father. What is he trying to insinuate here? Oh my God. Lucy is saying sometimes I think Mora just talks for the sake of talking. Some things he says do not make sense. Lucy, it is making sense because after Rocio, Bernadette Wambui, I'm very fine. Today at least I feel fresh. Yesterday I was so much beaten up by the conditions. I was so much, I was unwell at the same time. I was so tired, fatigued from the 2 weeks of funeral situation. All right. So, Lucy, I don't believe that he doesn't know what he's saying. Are you really sure, Lucy, that Marwa doesn't know what he's saying here? Oh, sorry, Wambui. I understand the situation. Yesterday I was so unwell. The stomach was uncomfortable. My, general body, I had a lot of jaundice, tediousness, and all that. And I was like, oh, so sorry a lot, Benedette. May God heal you and provide you a better situation. All right. So, Lucy, what I think is Marwa knows what he's saying. Okay? He knows. Not that he doesn't know. And he is coming here on a video to pretend that people should not talk about family, but he knows that he's indirectly or directly talking to Rocio. Actually, he's talking to Rocio. He's trying to tell Rocio that even when you go with my son, I have put my son on camera. And therefore, even if you go back to Argentina with my son, he will still be mine. And these videos will show that. And therefore, he will never forget that I was there. That is how the Kenyan men sometimes communicate. Even when you get to a conflict with them, they'll communicate the message to the children, just like the mothers also do through the children. They are like, some people in this house, they don't use their brains. Some people in this house, how do you leave cups on the table? Yet indirectly you are telling the father that he cannot be responsible and take the plates to the kitchen. How can some people leave the chair, the shoes wherever they are? Don't they go to school? You are addressing an adult, but you are addressing indirectly using corners. So Marwa is actually addressing Rocio here, but he's using corners instead of directly having talked to Rocio after Rocio did that video. And I think he watched. He just knows what Rocio did. And in fact, there are comments on his comment section that actually pressed Marwa to do this live stream. And that is why this live stream, he called it Question and Answer Ask Marwa. Yeah, he wanted people to ask him about Rocio directly instead of making an assumption or inference. But who will ask, Lucy is saying Mura is manipulating the environment. These people, all of them know exactly what they are doing, putting their subscribers in suspense. That is the name of their game. Oh, good conclusion also. It may be possible. Because I wonder, if someone wants to walk away, they just walk away right away. Why should they keep crying? Then they mix it with an advertisement. They pretend like there's an advertisement. On the other hand, Marwa is there saying this. Even the other day, Marwa pretended to be asking the wife on camera when this guy known as Godfrey was almost leaving. You can talk to my wife and see whether she will agree. And now Rocio was there saying, we've already talked. I want this house to be a private house. I'm like, hey, YouTube house has turned into Rocio's house. Oh, God forbid. So why can't she tell her husband not to be begging or seeking charity for their needs so that people will not think that that house or anything in it belongs to them? Because the other side, she wants privacy. The other side, she wants a shoulder to lean on. And it's not possible for her to change Marwa. Marwa is just a funny individual on his own. His hair, he sits with his hair until it's too dirty. People complain before he makes it. When it comes to the handkerchief, I don't know. How can Marwa like a handkerchief? He cleans his nose with his hands, He wears some clothes repetitively, even 2 days. Blue jacket, yet he has enough clothes. Again, some people, I saw them saying he should not make that closet the background for his videos all along. I don't know what is so sweet in that closet. How do you hide in the closet and make your videos from there? I read a book known as The Woman in the Attic. For those of you who have read that, and it's a funny one. I'm trying to relate with this one and I'm like, what is happening here? Anyway, let's listen to another part whereby Marwa was talking about something here.
Things from grandma, then nobody should be responsible and all the money will go to grandma. I want to say thank you so much. All right, I think I've answered about children's home. Other white neighbors. I don't want neighbors that say you used to chase us from your home when you were rich. And also my intention is pure with the kids, like let them enjoy luxury, my intentions is very pure, you know. And I know when your intentions are pure, even if people try to bring you down, they will always fail, you know. All right, Marwa, please read this. No, please read this, Marwa. You have inspired me a lot. Drive. Marwa, you don't know how to ride your horses.
Marwa cannot know how to ride the horses because it is Rocio who has had a dream about horses and she has pushed until she is driving. And if I was Rocio, I would just relax because I have the horses, some things that I dreamed for. I have a rich husband, something that I dreamed for. I have a big villa, something I dreamed for. I have now a career. She's doing content and she's having enough views. Why is she complaining? I don't see. Because you cannot get all you want in life. At least you get some percentage and let others. And for her, she has already gotten 80% of what she would need in life. She has a baby there. She has a home, a big home. She has land now. She has bought one. Even if she doesn't have documents, she has land there. So if only she reads and appreciates what she has, without seeing what she doesn't have, she will finally get what she wants. Because I'm so sure that when these people are in some years ahead, they'll lack something to do and they'll be there actually checking the toes of the other, showing the hands, doing each other's hair and leaning on each other. But currently, they are in a race. Marwa is in a race to make sure that he makes videos that will collect views. He is there to actually collect money for charity and have his chop. He is there to run around from one construction to the other. The other day I saw him at David Jr.'s grandma construction. He has been at Brian's construction. He has been at I don't know whose construction, Mayugno. He has been elsewhere. So there's no way Rocio should expect that Maro will be in the house all along and giving a shoulder on which she can lean on. If I were Rocio, because I'm a musician, spend your day making videos on songs. Go about also because you started a project on sanitary towels. I've never understood.
So,
Yeah, so of course when you look at that video, I've read a lot and Maro doesn't show like he's so much concerned. For him, he knows who he is and he doesn't want to change at all, at all. Whereas Rocio is seeming to seek that sympathy and change Marwa. It's so hard to change a human being, especially someone who is adult. Very difficult to change them, So the effort by Rocio may be hitting the wall. And if she continues to press that, maybe playing the subscribers, as Lucy has said, I've not seen some other person commenting. I don't know what they think. But then if this is manipulating the subscribers, they'll get tired with this kind of stuff because you cannot keep actually creating conflicts that you cannot solve. Then later on, you pour on them water. It's like charcoal. They cool down and again you ignite. One day they'll burst automatically. Everything you do has a way that it will create another problem if you're not careful. So if Rocio continues doing what she's doing, crying on camera, running to Nairobi, another day she's actually manifesting in her song, all that will one day become a bomb. It is just a time waiting bomb. And it's not like we are there to prophesize doom. But it's not a good thing to actually do what Rocio is doing and Marwa are doing. And all they have to come is to stand on camera and, manipulate people. It doesn't sound well with me. Yeah, away from this.
I want to be the best breeder of horses in East Africa. I want to be. Sound system not good? Oh, spoken about the situation of children's home, things like that. It's so straight. Yes, why we've never got with lots of animals, cows. I want to walk into, And me, to be honest, is I'm a nobody without you guys. You guys actually support. You guys send money, and that money is being used. Think for a moment. Just think for a moment. If Marwa was a selfish man. Just think for a moment. If Marwa was a selfish man. I would be lying right, left, right.
That one is upon you to judge, because when you talk about yourself as not being selfish, everybody has some sort of selfishness, but to what level? There are those who are too selfish, there are those who are just selfish, there are those who are extremely selfish. So I would rather say whether you are extremely selfish or moderately selfish or just selfish. But if you say you are not selfish, that is a lie, because when I look at the video whereby Marwa is announcing help, help, disaster, and he's asking for solar panels, yet there are elderly women whose crops had been destroyed, they have very poor houses, like the woman David Jr. is just constructing for. Marwa had not seen her. You mean that? And I know in Nyabohanza there are so many of such cases. I've seen such houses around there. So saying you are not selfish, I don't understand what you mean, because how do you build 10 bedrooms for yourself and want to install 10 beds and 10 water points and 10 I don't know what, when there is someone somewhere who doesn't have a house? Isn't that being selfish? When we hear about the cats, even from this Miss Flair, is it not Miss Flair? This lady who used to work at Marwa cooking, and then they decided to keep the money. They decided to keep her money. Is that not being selfish? And so many other cases. I don't want to go to that, because that is not my intention for today. Now let's get to Mwango. Mwango decides to go to a Diana Kemmy. Not, I thought it's Ruby, but it's Diana Kemmy.
What's up, guys?
So Mwango went to Diana Kemmy and she did a video from there.
Hey guys, hope you all.
And I'm like, okay, so you've decided after running around to go learn from Diana Kemmy. You've now accepted that there are other multimillionaires who have not begged to make it. Why can't you take an example from them, and you can do it without actually coming to the street and saying, one bag of cement or two, you do your thing. Let those who are helping help you, but don't practically come out and ask for help. So, Mwango went with this Tanzanian lady to Diana Kemmy's home. And this is what we saw. I think it starts from here.
Hey, what are you cooking? I see there's so much fish there that I love. Today's today. This water is yours? For baby Caro. Oh, for baby Caro. Oh, yeah. It's so nice, actually. I think also when I come back, I'll try and get something like
Like this one.
yeah, it's good.
Especially for girls.
Especially for girls, it's good and comfortable.
Yeah.
You go with it up to Nyabohansa and back?
Yeah, even up to Tanzania.
Like
Oh,
serious, yeah.
nice.
But we ever tried? From Tanzania, this border.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, to the border and back. When I come back, I'll get this. Anyway, can you introduce yourself?
Hi guys, my name is Kemmy from East Africa, Kenya. Usually
Yeah.
look up to D, and also have fishes here. Seen around here. It's something else.
Actually, the other day when you are not here, you see this forest here? I was getting trees from this forest. Yeah. So I came and I realized this is your home. I was like, okay, actually now I know when I come to visit, I'll come by myself. Right there.
Guys, do you see how Mwango can pretend? Hey, this lady knows how to pretend. She has done content for Tanzania. She has realized it's not making it. She has come to Nairobi. She decided to forget about the phone. She's not still getting enough views. She has now decided in Nyabohanse, she will not stick around her construction site. She will instead begin visiting other YouTubers. So she has come to Diana Kemmy's home, and she's now pretending that she didn't know what is in there. I'm like, are you sure? Then she says, I came here to buy trees. Then I realized this is your home. I'm like, oh, did you not tell us that Diana Kemmy learned the trick of YouTube from you? If you are so open to friends, why did you not come to visit? Anyway, you people, you say you love to be alone, not lonely. It is what it is. So, She comes in this video and now begins to really scrutinize everything around Diana Kemmy, possibly because she knows Diana Kemmy is doing well, like Priska Sagati and the rest of them. So here she is showing us things here and there.
Yes.
And of course she has made it because she forced us to watch her video.
We're even walking here. Way back before. No, not way back before, like this month actually. Early this month. Yeah.
Wow, I'm so happy.
Okay, Kemmy.
Yeah.
All right. Things to do with content creation. Honestly, Diana Kemmy was so good. You know, like that person who comes to your home and she's so helpful because, you know, most of the time, like being a woman in an African setting, even me myself, it doesn't matter. When I'm at home, I have to cook, I have to, you know, you have to do house chores and all of that. Like, you don't need to be like, I'm a boss because I'm a visitor. Like, I don't know, but that is just in me, and that's how it is. So I came home and I found Diana Kemmy was so helpful, but she was so shy. So I kept waiting for her to come and tell me, okay, today let's create a first video. Kindly help me. I couldn't see it coming. And I'm like, okay, days are moving and all that, and pretty soon I'm traveling. So one day I told Kemmy,
For me, I actually didn't expect the surprise.
Okay. They are repeating something they ever told us before. When Diana Kemmy took some bag of cement to her construction site at the Meda Villa, multi-billion villa, she actually told us about this, that she's the one who made Diana Kemmy begin YouTube content. And now she has come up. Ask me why she had to come up and create a video saying a woman who has made a multi-billion home. I'm like, okay, you people in Nyaboans are doing multi-billion homes, but can you compare your house to Diana Kemmy? Diana Kemmy used her brains. Do a small house, not very small, a classic house, but then invest your money elsewhere. Take your money elsewhere. When we retire, we don't need those big houses. You just need a classic house, but then invest your money maybe in rental houses, which will be paying you every month. Go do some hostels near universities around Migori. Make money out of it so that in future you don't see you doing like Marwa, charity on the streets. I'm only an African. People are complaining I'm begging because I'm an African. If I was a white, they would not complain. Stop that shenanigans. Stop copying everything that Marwa is doing. I don't think that Marwa really has the sense that this world owns. Why can't you look at other people? Other people invest even in rental houses, real estates. You can have hotels out there. You can have some other things out there. You don't have to really build a big house and maybe wait upon visitors. Of course, before I forget, Marwa is actually announcing the coming of a new visitor who is going to stay in the villa for long. So Rocio, you will still have to stand that. Just learn what kind of person Marwa is, what his interests are. Keep yourself busy and you'll survive. But if you keep complaining, he will get tired with you. As I've said, African men or Kenyan men, they don't want a whining baby around them. They would rather be the whining babies. But you should not be the whining baby around them. They don't even show attention a lot to you unless otherwise. Be content with what you have and forget the quarter. Is it a quarter that is missing? Let it be. So the Mwango comes to Diana Kemmy's place and is running around all over the place. I'll also have this, me, next time, me. And I'm like, okay.
Unexpected. So she told me, I'm so happy.
Actually, you know, that's the good thing about building other people, because when you see people successful, people succeeding, to me it brings me joy. And those are the type of friends I want to have in my life. Not those friends who are complaining, oh, this and that. At least you push yourself, you work hard so that you can also be a blessing to other people, you know, because now she even has a beautiful house. People come here, she hosts a lot of people and all that, and life is good. And after all, we have to build our own home, you know. We build Africa, you know. Even having said all this feels like I'm going crazy. So congratulations, first of all, for the good work that you're doing. This is a recommendable job.
Thank you so
Seeing
much.
Seeing you in this position, I really feel so good.
It's directly from the person that you did, but that is a blessing that will always come to your life.
In every African home, even when the rainwater is not there, you still have a backup plan.
True.
Very important. Every home has this. Even me, I must have this.
Even me, even me, even me, even me. I'm like, okay, I wish you would have done this analysis earlier so that you don't build that big villa. That will not be really beneficial in my perspective. In her perspective, it will be a hostel, one wing, another one a home. We will have 2 swimming pools suspended and another one below, and things will be moving. But really, when I look at the reality of life and economics, when I earn a lot of money on YouTube, I would rather invest. And investment is not in a residential house. In Africa, it's not so easy to find someone coming to buy your residential home. It's very rare. But if you do commercial buildings in standard towns, people will hire them. In fact, there are places where the Asians come, they take a whole building and give you millions. And they rent for maybe even 5 years. That one is beneficial, you see. But if you go build a very big villa and you say one room will be for mat, another one, I don't know it will be for what, 2 swimming pools so that I just jump and jump. And yet the money you are actually using is people's money. Some are helping here and there. I don't see how it makes sense. Then you say, when you come to Africa, you can be hosted by me. What is the benefit of all that? I would rather have my little money put in a rental house that I will be renting to people and earn monthly from it, in addition to YouTube earning. But when I'm there, I'm bragging about a suspended swimming pool, another one underground, and all that. For me, it doesn't make sense. So I see Diana Kemmy actually has a lot of sense. That kind of house she has constructed is just a standard house. And she should now begin maybe focusing on commercial buildings. And that is why when I compare David Jr. and Mwango, I realized that David Jr. is very scheming. And I don't know why Mwango only has an example in Marwa instead of having to learn from people like David Jr. When you look at David Jr.'s construction, even if it's big, it's in the center of Nyabohanse. So even if someone wants to open a hardware, a bank, they'll come there and they'll negotiate and give him money. And he will be making progress. He can buy a piece of land elsewhere and continue progressing, guys. Now, there is this other video I saw today from David Jr. Umefunga mlango.
Ryan Pepper, what's up? What's going on?
I'm just preparing our firewood so that we can't have a lot of smoke today. So that we can prepare our food as good as we can.
All right.
Yeah.
I see people are working. Otongoni nakuja kuona kazi yako. Okay, guys. A visitor just arrived. Okay, let's see here. I can't see the grandma. Maybe we should go this way and ask her. Okay, let me just...
Ndio na interfere na niko kwa video.
Yeah, because... you want to spoil the shoes? No, it's time for job. Okay, let's go now. Okay, guys, we are inside.
Uko na Kiesto huko?
We are looking for this quiet grandma.
Iko wapi?
Because she just locked her home.
Hujafungua huko?
At least if she could be having a phone, I could have rang her. But now we are looking for her physically. Okay? Yeah, she's not around. The gates are locked. So welcome, guys. We are just inside the farm. That's how it is. You know, these maize plantations. We are looking for grandma physically. Yeah. Dinner. This used to be my neighbor, guys, when I was a small kid in Nyabohanse, and I'm happy to see her here. And I had promised her I'll give her something just to appreciate her being a good lady.
Wewe ongea ukiwa hapa kama kunahitajika change najua. Wametuma kwa simu. Kwa saa hii mimi huwa natengeneza videos hata interference ya saa hii. Sasa nimestopisha imemess. Nafaa mkuje tu hizo saa moja. Kifika saa hii niko busy nafanya video. Na hii ni kazi na ng'ang'ana nao. Sasa saa hii ona vile imefanya. Usiku inani inconvenience, inaniharibia kazi ingine. Yangapi? Jaribu kuwa na kutuma saa moja. Kwa ikishafika saa 2 mimi niko kwa content. Na hiyo ni job vile nafanya hivi. Nikikuja katikati inaniharibia kazi ingine. Hey, all right guys, there was that disturbance in between. Sometimes there are customers who don't understand these things. Even when you tell them maybe at some time you are busy, they'll not understand it. All right, let's proceed. All right, let's proceed. It's unfortunate I had to break in between, go serve a customer, but it is what it is. So we were looking at this aspect of David Jr. David Jr. actually have come to accept that he thrives in drama. Every video he posts, he will put some drama. Either I'm not happy with this, I don't stand this, I don't condone this, I don't, what does Brian want? So in this video actually, and it's not the first time he's doing a video on Brian. It is, I think, the 5th or 6th time he complained about Murimi until he kicked him out of his life. Matiko also, I've seen in this video Matiko with a glass of changa. a glass of local spirits, wines and spirits. And he was actually questioning them what they are doing. And I'm like, is he now making the video on Matiko or Brian? Let me actually connect with the computer so that I do something on this. Why is it not playing?
Straight.
Yeah,
Look
here
at
it
my
is.
fingers. You know, they have no harm at all. But guys, if you're not, well known in the village, don't do this. This kind of trespassing in the farms, which is not allowed. True story. Here,
There's this
when you're
video.
so new here
Matiko
and you
with
just
his
walk to
liquor
people's
has
house
been
like
found
this, they'll go
red-handed.
crazy. They'll be very, very mad. Very.
Is it here?
But these are my... Exactly. They can catch you even with a machete. True story when you walk like this. But since they know me, I've done good things here. They treat me as the...
I think it's here. Commercial break.
My name is Samir Moriko.
Down to bend low so that the smoke can, can go away.
Yes, this video.
Anyway, guys, we are here and we are cooking. We are cooking breakfast and that is the way to go. Guys, kunywa hii nikuchemshe. Aye. Mama Bushere. And they are working so good, by the way.
Yeah, there's in this video I actually saw.
You have to ensure the food that Masons they feed on, it's clean, it's pure. No max. But we are really trying our very best to ensure I'm using my influence positively.
Using my influence positively.
Just take one breakfast. Which is which?
Now you go and she gets shower.
Food fast. Sorry guys, my camera went off. I don't know, but we are back. I'm sorry guys. I don't like, when I cut my videos because I just want it to flow.
In this video for the video, and they will
I'm not getting that specific spot, but in this video, actually, David Jr. was showing Matiko red-handed with his liquor.
So guys, this is Motongori for you. I just asked him. For you, you are not on drugs. He just said, for me, I don't want anything to deal with drugs.
Oh my God, I can't get this. But I saw it right here.
Like to do it. Just ask him. But
No.
Chafu kidogo. Out here, you can't eat. It's be left like this. I'm not shaking. Stand straight. Okay, speak out.
The more you...
You know her?
okay, actually, I used to see
You see me where? Yeah, speak out, Brand Vapor. Things are live and clear.
I used to see our mother just working here. Actually, in
My question is, do you know her? Unamjua?
okay, actually, see him.
Huh?
Namona.
You know me. Do you know her? Unamjua?
No.
Oh, umjui huyu mtu. Oh.
Lakini your name is Brian.
From your words to God's ears.
Usiku na kunywa pombe.
Kwa hivyo umeacha pombe. Asante sana. So she just told me from today. Okay.
I will not drink.
Aya. Matiko's sister, she's here.
Nimeaka mbali lakini imebaki kidogo, sasa imebaki kidogo hapa.
Mbona ilikuwa ya nani?
Ilikuwa ni bedroom ile pesa tulimpea.
Na pesa nyingine nimeshinda nikikupea mapesa inaenda wapi?
Nimeaka vitu nifanye baadaye. Na vitu kanyo.
Begging of the highest order from the people who are used to having things without actually working for them. They are surviving. Hey guys, the people in Nyabohanse, when I watch all the David Jr.'s videos, I just see that people are there begging. Can you imagine that these are the same crops that there was no crop with the leaves in Nyabohanse? Now I'm seeing all over the places we have maize that is thriving, trees with leaves, and I'm like, is this the same Nyabohanze 2 weeks ago? We were told it's disaster. You know, I did a video reaction to say that hailstorms are common, especially Kakamega. Actually, they are very common. And even when they do this, we don't see that as a very serious disaster because we know as long as crops are young, they'll still mushroom. Yeah, so I'm looking at David Jr.'s videos and different angles. One is that he's thriving in making drama on Brian. The other thing, he's also thriving on making videos on Matiko's family. The other thing is on the construction that is ongoing. So today, he actually found Matiko with liquor in some house here. I don't know why I'm not getting the specific spot. I didn't remember to actually capture the minute. But on finding him, he started to question whether it was Matiko he had bought or whoever had bought, and it was funny.
That kind of situation
It's not good at
it's
all.
not good at all.
Yeah.
It demoralizes your health.
Even
People really, lose their money on liquor. And remember, our money is just a scarce resource.
yeah,
So for you, it's a no.
it's no. Brand vapor. I am brand vapor. I say no to liquor. No more liquor.
Really? Really?
Liquor at all. As I
And tomorrow we'll be doing a video saying Brian has taken liquor.
so I'm giving people a lot of food, so I cut the
My goodness.
Yours.
Anyway, that is just drama that David Jr. thrives in. And I don't believe in what he says anyway. And Matiko, of course, it's another drama because he knows how to survive on these YouTube streets. Let me just read the comments on the other end because when someone interrupted, I was not able to look at what is happening on the other end, what people are watching and what they are saying. So let me check on that, read the comments, then come to an end of this video. But let me see. View your channel here on the computer, and I just look at the final comments maybe people have made. Do you have any chats?
It's not like my wife.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, there is.
Because majority of the houses, pure man houses.
Scam Marwa shared something here.
What means by
Let me pause
Africa.
here. So on the comments, Scam Marwa shared she wanted an Englishman with blue eyes and stay in London. Scam Marwa has also said she realized that is Diana home. Liar. Yeah, it's a lie. She was their house girl. Oh, then Diana Kemmy was their house girl. It seems I didn't watch that time. Then Lucy is saying rumor has it that they has hired these people to do all these shenanigans. Yeah, I believe so. Because when I look at the dramas, even the biting of the child, then Charity, then he comes back. If he was not hiring them, he would not keep coming back to them. But because he has hired them, David Jr. has actually hired these people to create drama. He gives them little money. They spend it on liquor, Matikos, Brian, and the rest of them. Then once they practice whatever they do, he comes on the next day and makes another video. So that he's saying it's not a telenova, but he makes sure it's a continuous video that is created day after day. Anyway, so guys, we've gone through at least about 3 or 4 incidences, and I don't want to tire you so much. I've already taken enough of your time with a disruption in between, and I hope I'm trying to talk to the clients because I normally tell them I do a video at this hour, let them come a bit early, but some of them can't just get it. But it is what it is. Sometimes clients, they say the clients are always right. Okay, yeah, because now when they come when I'm already on a live stream and I stop, I feel like I'm messing up with you because you are also clients on the other end. And once I stop, pause for like 10 minutes, going to the store, coming back, it's not very right, but it is what it is, around here people have not internalized the aspect of content creation. In fact, they think it's a joke. when they see you busy talking alone on camera, commenting on some things, they wonder whether you are crazy. Yeah, so guys, continue liking the video. Yeah, continue liking the video. And follow, subscribe, and share. Yes, Kamaro is saying yes, customer is right and important to get the money. Of course, it is important, because when you try even to tell them maybe a certain time they should come up to certain time, they do try, but there are those who can't just do it, and they send very little kids. Let me check on watch hours. I saw by today they are, the other day they went down when I was busy running around to handle other matters. But when I watched today, I was at, I was just missing 200 and what? 199 watch hours. Yeah, I should have covered that long ago, but it happened in 2 days when I was running around because of the family aspect that happened. They were eaten up. So I woke up and realized that instead of going ahead, they had reduced and reduced 2 days. So I realized that one day, if you skip even 1 day or you under work, again the watch hours go down. But they have come back to 3,800 by now. So I'm lacking 801. So I'm lacking 299. And I'm hoping that now I'll go marathon for 1 week and see what will happen. Just hoping that those 200 hours I should push and push. Once I see they are closed, I'll be so happy. Yeah, we are almost there, Lucy. And thank you so much. By the way, Lucy, Marwa, you are very supportive. We have also Yilmaz and who else? Yilmaz, and there is somebody else who keep watching and at least pushing me, because some people just come for a few minutes and that does not really push a lot of hours. But I'm trying all I can. I don't know how people work 3 hard. Some people say they work 3 hard. Maybe me, I'm only working hard. I'm not working 3 hard. Lucy is saying I gave up on those watched hours. Why? Lucy, I thought when you are in a developed country, you have a schedule which can allow you maybe while you are away from work just to show us around, especially the developed country. If you show us around, we'll keep watching. Show us something unique. And you are telling me to work 5 hard. Like I should go around the village showing things here and there. I go to the market, show things here and there. I look for people who are fighting, show the wars that are going on. I look for... Oh, Lucy says there is no time over there. Hey. Okay. But I'll try to work 5 hard so that I can actually fill this gap. Because imagine I'm trying in a day to do live streams worth 4 hours. But then, hey, you wake up the next day, you see the watch hours are still looking at you. They're just mocking you. But I'll try to actually take the advice of working 5 hard so that I attain those watch hours and come to now work for money, But it is what it is, yeah. So let's see whether we can now begin working on people's constructions and what have you. I don't know. But let me keep going. And with your help, in fact, what I do is bang on you. There is a day people watched my video. A lot of people was like, hey, God, help me so that if I get this kind of watching aspect, it will be so easy, If like you get just 200 people watching your videos throughout, it will be so easy. But it is what it is. The journeys of people are unique. And sometimes you don't get what you want. You get what is there. And you just have to accept it and hope for the best. Yeah, so bye-bye for now. Let's meet maybe tomorrow as we do another live stream.